Welcome into another edition of the Bromance Podcast. My name's Tom. Across from me, the sleepy, the very much awake Hattie. How you doing today, Hattie?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Now you got a stomach full of pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the best pizza in town we just had.
Well, me and you got into a little disagreement about that, but it is passable pizza, and we ate the entire thing, so that tells you all you need to know about it.
It was good enough to eat the entire thing. So.
Although I would have eaten half of a pizza if it was gas station pizza.
What about old, like the kind that the cheese starts getting transparent and the pepperoni starts looking like fake pepperoni?
Well, like the oils have all seeped out of it, and yeah, I mean,
real crusty looking.
I mean, I couldn't eat a half of a pizza like that.
But you eat a slice?
I could eat a slice of that.
If you were getting real
I know that I could
slice.
because I have done it more times than I care to admit.
I mean, I'll tell you, when I was coming back, I think it was one of the times I was like traveling back and forth to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And obviously it was like real late when I was coming back, and you stop at a gas station, you're like, I just need something to eat. So I got like the normal energy drink and bag of beef jerky. But I was like, man, I just want something more. Mm-hmm. So I went over to the pizza section, and the pizza was looking real rough.
Real sketch.
So I was like, I can't do that. So they had like these little hot dogs on this little oscillating thing. And they didn't look bad. They looked fresh and like decent. So I got one of them. Whew. Was that a mistake?
Oh man,
It was not good at all.
I never go hot dogs in a gas station ever.
I had two options. It was pizza and hot dogs, and the pizza was looking real rough.
I mean,
hot dog looked better, so it won out.
I'd rather go Little Debbie snacks than either of those.
What I should have done, I just got 2 bags of beef jerky, and I would have been fine.
There you go. That's an even better option than the Little Debbie route.
Or you know what else is an underrated convenience store snack?
Huh.
And they're like 60 cents. They're like 59 cents.
What's that?
They're like little pack of Doritos nacho cheese cracker things. Mm-hmm. They're super tasty. And they're always like 69, 59 cents, something like that, like super cheap.
I like crackers. I like sour cream and onion cheese crackers.
Well, they're like cheese with a little bite because they're like
Dorito.
They're nacho. I think they're called spicy nacho or nacho cheese crackers.
Yeah,
they're tasty. They're Doritos. They're tasty.
You know what I like? Those bags of nuts.
Those are good too.
Cashews or almonds or whatever.
So I did your job that you're currently doing for a couple months when I did it. I would go to our local neighborhood Wegmans. And I'd buy a whole bag of the honey roasted almonds.
Ooh.
A whole bag though.
Yep.
And I would just snack on them for the whole day.
Let me tell you, they're real high in calories.
They are.
Yeah.
They're good for you in moderation, but when you eat a whole bag,
yes,
not so good.
Yep. A lot of times I will grab like the 2-finger wide, like 3-finger wide sleeve that they sell in gas stations. Yep. You know, they have almonds, and usually it's like 2 ounces of almonds, something like that. Mm-hmm. But I like the salted and roasted almonds or the
honey roasted's where it's at.
Honey roasted
is
definitely
where
it's
like
at, but
dessert.
They're way worse for you.
They're actually not. Look at the back of the package.
Yeah.
They got a little bit more sugar, obviously, but they're actually not that much worse for you.
Cashews, man. I love almonds, but I think cashews is my favorite nut.
Really?
Yeah. What's your favorite nut?
Probably almond.
Almond. Yeah. Almond's great.
If it's a good almond, I probably like almond. Yeah. I like pistachios.
Pistachios are good, but
I also like the regular old just peanuts.
I hate the shells though on pistachios.
You can get the unshelled.
How are they so hard?
You can get the unshelled.
I know, but the unshelled ones, they look so sad. Like a shelled pistachio, like a in the shell pistachio is such a proud looking nut. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like it looks so like regal, and it's fortified inside of its fortress of incredibly hard shell. You know, just a little bit of green popping out. It's like, hey, I'm in here. You know, you can enjoy me at your leisure. But
I will say,
but a bag of completely shelled pistachios is like, you know, like the nut that lives with its grandmother.
Little shriveled up nuts.
Yeah, you know,
you don't want that.
It's pathetic. It's weak.
I will say that I do like regular peanuts, but the peanuts in the shell, like the baseball stadium peanuts, so much better.
They're fun to eat.
They are fun to eat.
I love it when a restaurant has those, and
you can throw the shells on the floor.
You throw the shell on the floor. Yeah, because carefree eating.
Because cockroaches don't like those at all in a restaurant.
I don't know anything about that.
They love them.
I don't know anything about that.
They love them.
But I do know a little bit about eating peanuts in a restaurant and a bar or at Five Guys. Five Guys has those.
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a nice little option for you while you're waiting for your
Texas
burger.
Texas Roadhouse does too.
Yeah.
But you know my opinions on Texas Roadhouse. I think we talked about it on this podcast before.
We did. The best rolls and cinnamon butter in the entire world.
They do.
Absolutely amazing.
Worst atmosphere of any restaurant you could possibly go to. Except maybe
I don't know
Cracker
about that.
Barrel.
Never.
Cracker Barrel's like an old person's cafeteria.
Yeah.
You're sitting so close, it's all open. Like, you're sitting at a table and the person's like right next to you, like so close.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel.
Like, stop it. I don't want to sit next to these random people.
It's a certain. You got to be ready for a certain kind of dining experience to go to a Cracker Barrel, because it's like, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's like you said, like an old person's cafe or
Old person's cafeteria.
Or
they even bring it out on those big brown trays, just like a cafeteria.
Or it's kind of like going to somebody else's grandma's house.
Ugh.
That's what it feels like. Going to somebody else's grandma's house to eat. Because you're like, I don't like eating food from other people's houses. And I feel like when I'm at Cracker Barrel that I'm eating foods from somebody else's house. That's the problem with Cracker Barrel is I love home cooked food as long as it's my home that the food's cooked in,
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm at my home when I'm eating Cracker Barrel.
Nope.
Because I'm not.
And if I wanted to sit next to a person, I'd go enjoy some hibachi.
Ooh, I love hibachi. I went to hibachi on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, it was absolutely delicious. As always. There's nothing like fried rice from hibachi.
Nothing.
I mean, it is truly... every time I go, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, the filet or the salmon that I get while I'm here is also really good. But it just doesn't hold a candle to that goddamn fried rice.
Oh, I can't go. I can't wait. So I'm going on a work trip here in about a month. And there's a hibachi place where I'm going. It's real good. Real good. You get like eel and octopus.
Gross.
Oh, it's terrific.
Sounds
Scallops.
Awful.
Oh, it's great.
No, all three of those things are bad.
Oh, it's so good.
No good.
The fried rice is real amazing.
So, what's been on my mind this last week, Hattie?
What is that?
This camping trip I'm going on.
Okay. I love a camping trip.
No, evidently you do
but
not.
Not the one that you're going on.
Evidently you do not love a camping trip, Hattie, because I invited you on this camping trip.
I turned you down hardcore. I said, get a cabin.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, and I said, cabins are not camping.
Yes, they are.
I said, you want to go on a camping trip? And you said, sure, let's get a cabin. And I said, I think you may have misheard me.
Well, here's the thing. We live in what's New York State.
Yes.
And it is currently like 32 degrees outside.
No, it's probably colder than that.
I clicked the wrong app when I was trying to look it up real quick.
Yeah.
But it's like 32 degrees.
Yeah, I mean...
That is cold. I'm not
is.
sleeping outside in a tent, in a hammock,
Yeah,
or any kind of crazy thing. Oh, look at that.
It is 32.
Complete guess. I'm not sleeping outside in the cold.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
I mean,
Doesn't sound like fun at all.
You're not cold while you're sleeping because you're
Here's
inside of a
the
sleeping
thing.
bag.
I like camping.
Uh-huh.
Marginally like camping.
Barely. Yeah.
I don't really care sleeping on the ground or in a hammock or out in the wilderness, but I do like camping things. I like going fishing or target practice or all-day cornhole, drinking beers, hanging out with friends and buddies around the campfire, eating copious amounts of bad meats and swaggles and like hobo pies. I love all those things. Not a huge fan of just sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is what winter camping is. You can't play cornhole.
No.
You can't like go fishing.
No.
You can't do any of the fun things. You just sit around, try to stay warm. Sure, you could cook some food. But I don't enjoy any of the other things.
But here's the thing, you've never done it, Hattie.
Because I know I won't like it.
But why are you such a girl?
Because I'm going to be stuck out. You're going to be hiking up into the woods. You're going to be out there, I don't know, a mile, half a mile, who knows how far.
Multiple miles.
I'm going to be out there. And I'm not going to like it or enjoy it any. And I'm not going to be able to leave real easy. You're going to have to hike out.
Well, of course.
None of that is going to be enjoyable to me.
It's several miles in and several miles out.
0% am I going to enjoy it.
It's going to be amazing. We hike in, you bring everything, you don't do 2 trips. Everything that you are going to have with you, you carry in with you on your back. And
there's another reason I don't like it.
Why?
Not enough beer and meats that you'll be able to carry up there to sustain yourself for 2 days.
I'm bringing whiskey with me, no beer. Bringing a flask with me of that Aberfeldy 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you got to be careful of your meats, too.
You don't have to be careful of your meats. It's freezing out.
Well, yeah, but you got to be careful about weight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yes, but I'm actually going to be bringing dehydrated meals with me. So.
See? You're not even going to cook over the open flame.
Nope.
Another part of camping that I love that you are ruining for me. You're making this worse. This conversation is not making me like this better.
I might actually bring a steak with me and cook that because you
need to at least cook one thing.
I think that I have cooked a steak over the open fire every time I've gone out camping. So,
not at that one Campapalooza with us. You didn't.
The one where I wasn't eating.
Well, that one and the one before that where it was all Zweigels.
Yeah,
because
well,
we didn't buy any variety.
yeah.
Because we left you in charge of the food.
Well, listen.
Big mistake.
If
You're
you leave-
I can feed everybody for the entire weekend for like $25 a person. And we were all jumped on it like, oh, that's a good deal. Little did we know it was going to be 3 Zweigels portioned out for every meal.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not much of a grocery shopper or a meal planner, okay? I said, listen, we're grown men. We're going out to the woods. We can just eat simple. If each of us eats 2 Zweigels per meal for every meal, I don't have to plan anything.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No,
Zweigels.
I don't think we planned on Zweigels for breakfast, but it was lunch and dinner for Zweigels for all 3 days.
No, you planned on eggs that were
those were bad.
Real terrible.
Those are bad. Listen, I can't be perfect in everything, Hattie. But that's Campapalooza. This ain't no Campapalooza. This is backpacking. This is seeing the beautiful North Country in the middle of the winter.
You know, one good thing about it being December is it's time to start planning Campapalooza. It's coming up here in the spring. They'll be here before you know it.
It's not in spring. It's usually in summer.
Well,
I mean, usually it's in June, July, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Campapalooza, man.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yep. But you know what I love more than Campapalooza?
Podcasting?
Real camping. I do. I love Campapalooza because of how good of a time it is, but I do love actual camping more. Backpacking.
You are... Well, in the summertime, maybe. Not in the wintertime.
So you're going to do an actual backpacking camping trip with me in the summertime? Maybe to go up to the Adirondacks? Catskills?
That is a possibility. In warm weather.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. I think you'd love it. I think you would get the bug. I think you'd get bitten by the bug of wanting to be a backpacker if you went.
I need to get a remote-controlled cooler.
No. See, there's no coolers.
Why not?
Because you're walking in too far.
That's why I said remote controls. It just follows you.
All right, Hattie.
You can have all your meats and beers and beverages right in there and it just follows you right up.
Why are you a crazy person?
That'd be fun.
That's just what I want to know.
Carry it.
I just want to know why you're a crazy person.
Or you could backpack up with a wheelie cooler and pull it up in there.
No.
Why not?
Because it's unreasonable. It's not feasible.
You're taking away the things I like about camping.
You'd love camping. I'm telling you. You'd enjoy it.
Not if I don't get hobo pies and delicious steaks and chickens.
You could do a steak.
Anything else that I want.
You bring a steak with you.
Yeah, but only for the first night. Because then it'll get warm in the summertime.
True.
Unless you had a cooler.
Yeah.
If you had a cooler, you
don't need a cooler though, because you're backpacking and not car camping.
What about all the cold brewskis?
Love me a cold brewski. Gotta keep it cool in the car. One before you go in and one when you get back. Nope, none while you're in there though.
That seems real terrible.
Yeah.
But we're getting a little off target here.
Are we off target or off topic?
We're a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to get into Grown Man's picks.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do her up.
All right. Well, let's get into that then. So let's start with recapping last week's Grown Man's Picks. Hattie, you had a real good week of Grown Man's Picks last week. And by real good week, I mean probably your worst week ever.
And in fact is.
Well, I mean, we haven't gone back and checked every week to see.
We haven't. I don't think I've done worse than one.
It'd be hard to get none right.
Good thing in our Pick'em League, I'm doing better than the Grown Man's Picks here.
That's true. All right, so last week we'll start out with my first one, which was Browns at the Steelers. And me and you both were in agreement, in lockstep on this one.
The Browns were going to win.
Browns were going to win. They were going to keep their playoff hopes alive. Duck Hodges couldn't get it done.
They put up a Brown.
Let me tell you, in their pants.
Big old steaming Brown.
Yeah, right in their old pantaloonies.
Terrible game.
13-20, Steelers won it. Me and you both got it wrong. Next up, got a Thanksgiving Day game here. Bills at Cowboys. And that was a good game.
It was. Good game.
Bills looked really good.
I really can't believe that I picked the Cowboys in this one. I know I did, but what was I thinking?
I don't know, but Bills won that one 26-15.
You must have paid me $20 to pick the wrong game on that.
That's what I usually do.
You know,
I keep a stack of 20s over here.
You slip them right underneath the table.
Yeah, well, no, I put them over the table because nobody can see.
Oh, that's true. We're the podcast.
Audio only format. This podcasting. I picked the Bills. You picked the Cowboys. I was right for one of my wins. All right, next one up. I had the 49ers at the Ravens. Possibly a Super Bowl preview. Very possibly.
It is possible.
I mean, very possible. I mean, they're both the number 1 seeds, I think, from both divisions currently.
I think maybe.
So, 49ers at Ravens. You chose the 49ers. I chose the Ravens. And the Ravens with a final minute game-winning field goal.
Justin Tucker.
You
see his after-game pregame?
Yeah.
His after-game pregame. His after-game press conference.
Yep.
It was pretty funny.
Big Truss. Yep.
He was good.
What
a kicker, being a baller. Go out there and be like, I'm Justin Tucker, the kicker.
Yeah, but he's such a white guy, though, that it sounded like a white guy thing for him to say. He'd be like, I figured I would come up here to the podium and speak to you guys. I figured I should say something to the effect of a big truss. So with that being said, I'll open it up for questions. I was like, oh, all right.
We don't hear from kickers very often, probably for good reason.
He's the most swaggerific kicker that there is out there, I'd say.
He's swaggerific.
Yeah.
Webster's better add that right into their dictionary.
I think he's got some swaggerific qualities to him. Yeah.
He's probably one of the better kickers in the league, so why not?
I think he's probably the best kicker in the league.
Okay.
Can you name any better?
I just said okay because I have
want to fight about it?
I have no information on it.
You want to get into a fist fight about it?
I will say Mason Crosby's pretty good as well.
You're such a homer.
Not being a homer.
What a homer.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good. He's not good as Justin Tucker, though. All right, so next game up here, Titans at Colts. I gave you a hard time, Hattie. Your wife gave you a hard time because she's a Titans fan. Mm-hmm. And the week before last, you picked against the Titans. The Titans won.
Yep.
And I gave you a hard time about not picking the Titans the week before. And then you picked a Titans-Colts game for your grown man's pick. And who'd you pick, Hattie? You picked the Colts.
Yeah.
Pick the Colts.
Colts were a better team.
False. Titans won. I picked the Titans. You picked the Colts. Titans won that one 31-17. They dominated. They put on their man pants.
They put on their man pants for sure.
And they said, Colts, it's time for you to daddy up.
Who knows? Maybe a little later in the show, you'll have another Titans game pick. I wonder who will pick this time.
Eddie keeps going double or nothing, and before you know it, he's going to be out on the streets flat broke.
Hey, you know what? I picked up the Browns a few times early in the league, and then I doubled up and said they were going to win 3 games straight. Yep. And they did until dropping a good old dookie in the Steelers game.
Yep, right in their pants.
Yep.
Next game up here was Chiefs at Raiders. Me and you both picked the Raiders. Evidently, we were both.
What were we thinking?
We were doing peyote or something.
What were we thinking?
I have no idea.
Why did we even think to make that pick?
I don't know. Why did we both think to make that pick?
I don't know. We're going to be a grown man and pick the Raiders and just get blown out.
Yeah, that was
not good.
That was a stupid thing for us to do because
real
the
dumb.
Chiefs won that one 40-9.
It wasn't even close.
Yep, that's another game where the Raiders lost by 31 points. Ugh. 2 weeks in a row. They lost to the Jets by 31 points.
Can they do it a third week in a row? We'll find out. That's a double tease.
But probably not, no.
It's a double tease.
It would be very shocking if they lost by 31 points 3 weeks in a row.
They're playing the Titans. Titans Raiders. Who knows what's going to happen?
Could be.
Who knows what we're going to pick? Coming up next.
So then the next game, the last game, the only game that Hattie got correct.
Oh, but it's a doozy.
Oh, boy. Was the Patriots at the Texans. And yes, it was a doozy indeed. I picked the Patriots, you picked the Texans, and the Texans beat the Patriots 28-22.
Love it.
What a game.
What a game.
I'll tell you, there's nothing that brings a smile to my face. I think I enjoy watching the Patriots lose as much as I enjoy watching the Jets win. So you could only imagine how much insane amounts of joy it would bring me if the Jets beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
My heart might explode if it ever happened. I mean, it doesn't happen, so fortunately my heart...
It's never happened in the history of the Jets-Patriots.
No.
Not once.
No. That's actually not true, but it feels true. But, yes, the Texans dominated the Patriots. The score does not accurately reflect how bad the Patriots looked. They picked up a couple garbage time touchdowns.
Yep.
But in general, Tom Brady and the Patriots offense looked atrocious.
As it has all year.
I mean, yes, that's true. It has looked bad.
Mediocre all year long.
But it looked bad. I mean, they just can't find any kind of rhythm. Tom Brady can't connect on passes. He looks like a bad old quarterback.
Looks like a 42-year-old man out there.
Yeah, he does. And it makes me wonder, is this finally going to be the end of Tom Brady in the Patriots.
I mean, they're not going to the Super Bowl this year for sure.
They're not going to the Super Bowl, no. But do you think that this is the last year that Tom Brady plays?
No.
You don't?
No.
I kind of feel like I see it in his eyes when he's when he's out there getting hit and when he's on the sideline and he can't figure out how to get the ball down the field and score touchdowns. Like, I just feel like I can see it in his eyes that like what am I doing out here?
Here's what's going to happen. In the offseason, they're going to get some tight end or some wide receiver or something that's going to, spark that offense, and they're going to be good again for another year.
No. They haven't been good.
I mean, we say they're terrible, but they're 10-2.
They are, which is
obviously
amazing.
Their argument for them is the same as I had earlier with the Bills. Mm-hmm. They haven't played anybody.
Correct.
They're playing the Dolphins, they're playing the Redskins, they're playing the Bengals. They've played all those teams, and they've won them. But who hasn't?
Yep.
So they haven't really. The Jets. I wasn't gonna put the knife in your side on that one, so I left them out.
I have so many knives in my side, Hattie. I wouldn't notice if there was one more.
Yeah, they haven't really beat anybody.
Yes,
they beat like one team with a winning record, I think, so far this year.
Yeah. Yep. They're not looking good. They weren't looking good at the end of last year, and they won a Super Bowl. Like that's the thing is like Tom Brady can look like a inept quarterback and still win a Super Bowl. So who the heck knows, really?
The rest of the league needs to step their game up.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true. But, I mean, you still have a really great defense and one of the greatest coaches of all time. So, even with Tom Brady dragging him down, who knows? I mean, he is. I think he is a detriment to the team. I think if Andy Dalton was in there, who's kind of like the league average for quarterbacks, if Andy Dalton was in there at quarterback, the Patriots would be a considerably better team, I think. What do you think?
I don't think Tom Brady's below average even right now.
I think Tom Brady's playing at a below average.
I think he's playing below average for himself, but I also think there's other issues on that offense.
I think he's playing at a below average level league-wide as far as quarterback's concerned.
Yeah.
I think he still has some flashes where, like,
statistically, he is below average this year.
Right. I think that he is looking like a below average quarterback too. I don't think it's just a statistic anomaly. But all right, let's move it along to our grown man's picks for this week then.
Oh yeah.
Where we can crap on the Patriots for this week. Suck it, Patriots. Not actually. I don't have the Patriots on mine.
I do have on mine.
You do on yours.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
So you can crap on them.
All right, awesome. I wasn't done crapping on them, so. All right, so let's start it off then. I got the 49ers at the Saints. Man, 2 great games in a row for the 49ers. Last week, this could very well be a NFC Championship game. I know that you don't want to admit that because it doesn't involve the old Pack, go Pack, go. But I think very good likelihood of this being.
I think the Packers are a great team, but they're not quite ready for the big time yet. Yeah,
they got some deficiencies. Which all teams do, but the 49ers and the Saints, they're looking pretty good. Should be a good game. And for this one, I am going to go with the 49ers.
Yep, me too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the Saints are another one of those teams that has a really good record, but the last 2 weeks they've played have looked not the greatest.
Yeah.
And going against a defense that's as dominant as the 49ers, I don't see them being able to do a ton.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. In that 49ers defense, I definitely see them being able to kind of put a thorn in the side of that Saints offense. Yep.
My first one, Chiefs, Patriots. Good game. This is probably some of the best teams in the AFC. I'm going with I really don't know. Like, they've both not looked as good as they should be.
Yeah.
But I gotta go Patriots here. Reason being is because the Chiefs' defense is just so bad. Like, I think even the Patriots can move the ball, and Patriots have a better defense, so they can slow down Patrick Mahomes a little bit. And I gotta go with the Patriots.
Yeah, there's a lot of things stacked against the Chiefs in this game. The fact that they're playing at home, and we all know what the win percentages for Tom Brady, Bill Belichick at home. The Chiefs defense is not good.
Terrible.
And, the Patriots offense should, if they can't get things moving down the field against this Chiefs defense, then that's going to tell you a whole lot about what you need to know about the Patriots. Chiefs offense, I think, it's gonna be a nice matchup to see that against that Patriots defense, and I do like that matchup. I'm gonna go with a tie on this one. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa! I mean, you can do that. Technically, can happen.
I could.
Not advised.
I'll go Chiefs just to switch it up. Yep.
All right. What's your next game?
My next game is Ravens at Bills. So this is an important one for the Bills, as we talked about, I think, in last episode on Tuesday. The Bills haven't played a lot of really quality opponents. The Patriots they played and they lost to. And outside of that, I mean, you have the Cowboys, Titans, which are good teams, but not like great teams. Ravens are a great team. Mm-hmm. They are seemingly unstoppable at this point. But they're going in, they're not going to be playing at home. They're going to be playing in
Ralph Wilson
at the Ralph or New Era Stadium.
Or New Era Stadium, as it's
actually
called.
Named. In the Bills' defense, nothing to sneeze at. I mean, they have a very solid defense. Also, in that offense of the Bills, they have a lot of things to feel happy about if you're a Bills fan. I can't in good conscience pick the Bills in this matchup.
Yep.
There's just, I mean, grown man's picks aside, it's craziness to pick the Bills over the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Ravens as well. Yeah. I can see this game going the other way, though. So this is a big game in a big environment. Like, Ralph Wilson's no easy place to play.
No.
You get in there, it's rowdy, it's, the wind and winter, as we've seen, and this could be kind of a slog game. And
slog?
Slog.
What's a slog game?
Slow.
Okay.
It's a slog. It's hard.
It's like slow. Tough. It's like slow, but with a G instead of a W.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this game could be a slog.
Okay.
Could be slow, and I think that does not favor the Ravens.
Okay.
But I'm picking the Ravens, but I think it could also go the other way real easy.
Okay.
And I think the Bills could steal one here.
I think it's going to be a pretty considerable win for the Ravens. I don't think it's going to be particularly close.
What if it snows?
Then maybe it's going to be a slog.
I think it could be.
Maybe it'll be a snog.
A snog? If it
snows.
That's not a thing.
Oh, okay.
My second game, Cowboys Bears. This is a game they both have the same record, 6-6. So pretty much one of these teams needs to win to have a chance at the playoffs. So big game. This is at home at the Bears. The Bears have put together a couple good games here in the last couple weeks. Cowboys have not. I gotta take the Bears here. I can't see Cowboys right now going into Chicago and winning that game.
Wow. All right. Well, the Cowboys are a huge disappointment. I will say that.
Huge disappointment.
From coaching on down.
Yep.
Dak Prescott, one of the league leaders in turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel Elliott, not looking like a $90 million a year running back.
Nope.
Amari Cooper, not looking like a first round traded for, giving up a first round pick to get him and giving him a super contract kind of wide receiver.
So you hear the rumors about Amari Cooper?
No.
That he's not going to be there next year?
No.
Because he didn't sign a contract with him.
He did not.
So he's up, and so is Dak Prescott.
What a huge waste of a first round pick.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
If they lose Cooper and pay Dak big money, how is that team going to be better?
It's not.
Exactly.
I know that Dak has flashes, but I just don't think that. I don't think he's great. I think he's an average quarterback.
Yep, you need a good. I think Dak could be extremely good with a great offensive line and a strong running game, and then you work off that. I think they could be a Super Bowl team with the talent. But if it's all on Dak, he can't do it. He can't do it.
No. I do think he gets it done in this matchup, however.
Oh.
So you picked the Bears in this one?
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this one.
All right.
I think that the bounce back that they should have had last week against the Bills at home, they are going to see this week against the Bears. But I think it'll be a day late and a dollar short. Neither of these teams are going to the playoffs. The loser of this team or of this game has to be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, I would imagine, in the NFC, having a losing record at 6-7. No, there's not going to be a 9-7.
I think the the division that the Cowboys play in, I think they're still in it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
the Bears, I think, would be out because you have the Packers are 9-3. Ravens or Vikings have yet to play tonight, but they're 8-3 currently.
Yeah.
So they'll be 8-4 or 9-3 as well.
Yeah. So it's an imperative game for whoever wins this game to try and keep some kind of a semblance of hope alive.
What is with the Eagles and Cowboys? Like they're
bad.
The division is out there for one of them to take it. And
The
Eagles lost to the Dolphins.
Yeah, with the division on the line.
It's like they both don't want it. Like, how can you not go out and beat the Dolphins to take first place in the division?
I will say the Dolphins are playing. I mean, the perception of the Dolphins is that the Dolphins are this, team that's trying to tank. The Dolphins are not trying to tank. Dolphins are trying to win. I mean, ownership's trying to tank because they want to get the next quarterback in there or whatever. At least that was the plan at the beginning of the season. But the Dolphins are playing hard football, just like the Bengals. The Bengals that the Jets lost to this week was not the Bengals of the beginning of the season that was getting absolutely decimated. They're playing like a team that wants to win. They have a lot of fight in them, and they're putting up hard football games for their opponents. They're just every week falling a little bit short here or there. I don't blame a team for losing to the Dolphins necessarily, but you shouldn't lose to the Dolphins unless you're looking past it.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Like, you're the Eagles. You should be a better team than the Dolphins.
You should.
You have the division on the line.
Yeah.
You need to go out there and
at least
win that
Carson
game.
Wentz was able to complete some passes and get some touchdowns in this matchup.
He was.
I mean, because I'll tell you, I was starting to wonder whether or not he forgot which way the end zone was.
He had Alshon Jeffrey back, and he was looking mighty fine.
I guess so. But yeah, the Eagles are another team that's like, man, what the heck are you doing? They're a lot like the Patriots or on offense. You're watching them, and you're like, what, they got no rhythm. They can't put a drive together. But
yeah,
I didn't watch the game against the Dolphins, and so
I watched some of it.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right. So my last game that I have here is Seahawks at the Rams, and this could be for a wild card game. Both these teams are they're not going to win the division almost assuredly, with the lead that the 49ers have, but either of these teams could make the wild card. Both of these teams could.
Seahawks could be the number 1 seed.
What's their record?
9-2.
Are they the only one game back?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where are we at here?
Playing for a bye for sure.
I'm in week 13 on that. All right. Well, then, yeah, 9-2. Okay. I thought they were both 8-win teams. What are the Rams? The Rams aren't
8 win.
Oh, they're 7 wins. All right. So 7-5. Yeah. So yeah. I guess that makes it a little bit different. I mean, but it should still be a good game. It's a divisional game with both teams that are competitive, and the Rams, they're struggling to try to stay relevant for that wild card, and the Seahawks are trying to contend for the division game or division title. So it should be a good game between two well-rounded, talented teams that are both well-coached. The Rams obviously have had their struggles this season, but I definitely think that they have the ability to put up a really good, strong game.
Who'd you pick?
I am going to go, I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. They're at home.
I'm picking the Rams too.
Dang it, Hattie. you went with me on all three of mine.
Yeah, I gotta pick the Rams. The Rams are in a position where they're 7-5. They need to put up or shut up at this moment.
I'm switching mine then.
I think they're gonna beat the Seahawks. They're at Los Angeles, right?
I'm switching mine to the Seahawks, so we have some difference here.
Nah, just go with your gut, man.
No, I switched it up.
Go with your picks.
Switched it up. Too late. I already did it.
Next game is a little preview of earlier. Titans Raiders. I think this is another put up or shut up game as well.
Yep.
Titans are 7-5, I believe. Raiders are 6-6. Raiders need to win this game if they're going to have any chance in the playoffs. I don't see John Gruden not getting this team excited. But Titans are on a roll. I mean, nobody can really stop Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill's done a good job since he's taken over for just the abysmal Marcus Mariota. They're at Los Angeles. I mean, that's the weakest home you possibly could have because they don't even really have a stadium there. But
they're in Oakland.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. They're in Oakland. They haven't moved yet.
Chargers.
Yep. I'm going to take I'm going to take the Raiders here. I'm doubling down.
Okay.
3 weeks in a row, probably going to get this wrong, but I'm going with the Raiders.
All right, I'm going to go Titans. I'll disagree on this one, too, because I don't want to incur the wrath of your wife, despite you wanting to. So for the 3rd week in a row, I'm going to choose the Titans, and you are going to choose against them, and I will be correct. And I will give you a hard time about this on next week's Thursday episode when you find out that you are wrong. This is one, though, that the Raiders have to,
they have to win.
They're sliding. I mean, they are absolutely backsliding right now.
Yeah.
They've lost 2 really bad games in a row, and, they're much better at home. They should win this game. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they will.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
They're going to get Josh Jacobs really going.
Old JJ.
Old JJ.
Yeah. Joe J, as I like to call him.
I mean, that's the first time you've ever called him that.
Hey, maybe I'll start doing it all the time. Old Joe J.
But that does it.
Yeah, for our grown man's
picks this week.
So let's go ahead and move along to our questions from our listeners.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's move it along to our questions from our listeners. Hattie really wants me to.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there and making him go back and delete clips that I messed around on.
Yep.
Right, Hattie?
Couple of them.
Couple of them.
Lots of them.
Like to mess around, Hattie. Give you extra work to do.
I don't like when you give me extra work to do.
Why?
Because I like to take naps.
Yeah, you do. Like today before I got here for the podcast.
Yeah. That's the first one I've taken in a long time, though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've been low on the nap counts
lately. You will literally... I've called... Like, we would be, like, going to do something, right? And I would call you and be like, all right, I'll be there in, like, an hour to meet you. And then I'll show up at your place and give you a call and no answer. No answer. I'll call again, no answer.
I don't think this has ever
happened. I'll go upstairs. Yes! And you take a nap at like 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night.
Why not?
Because it's insane stuff. That's stuff that crazy people do.
I mean, usually I don't go to bed till midnight, so I still got a couple hours after my nap.
Okay, I don't go to bed until midnight or 1 o'clock, and I have never once taken a nap in the evening.
Why not?
Because that's crazy.
Maybe you need to test her out. The evening nap.
No, I will not do it.
Do it.
No.
It's good.
You couldn't force me to, Hattie. I do love napping, though.
I'll just give you a little tranquilizer shot one time.
Best time to nap? Saturday and Sunday afternoons.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No
what?
way. No way.
You're an insane person.
Here's the reason why. Here's my reasoning. You want to hear my reasoning?
Sure.
They're good reasons. Here's the thing. Work days are work days. They're like lost days.
Uh-huh.
You work 5 days a week, mostly. You take a little hour nap on one of those days, it doesn't feel lost. When you're on Saturday or Sunday, that's like you time. You don't want to waste that time taking a nap.
Okay. I can appreciate that perspective on things. It's cutting into personal time.
Cutting in your free day.
But
you don't have to work.
It's the only time that I have available to nap.
You can't tell me there's not an hour at night one of these days that you can
Well, I actually nap during the day while I'm working quite a bit.
You just pull over and take a nap somewhere?
I do. Because
you're on the road a lot.
Because I'm on the road, and if I don't do
get
that,
in an accident.
I will crash and die.
That's probably good.
And a lot of times I'm up really early, and I'm driving for very long distances. So if I don't stop, I will,
Yep.
crash.
But that can open the door for some creepy people to come up to your cars.
It can, and it has.
That's ever happened like 3 times.
Maybe
at the same place.
You want to talk about that on the Patreon exclusive?
That's just a little teaser. We might put that in the Patreon. We might not. We might put it in a podcast later.
Yeah.
Because right now,
okay,
we need to
we got questions.
Answer some questions from our glorious listeners.
So we got a question from Twitter. It comes from Alberto. Twitter handle is at CYTA2013. What?
None.
Okay. He said, will the Eagles draft a wideout or corner or trade their first round pick for a top player at one of those respective positions on another team? Hattie, your answer, please.
None of those things the Eagles going to do. That'd be real dumb. I think they will address the wide receiver very early. They need a wide receiver, so I think within the first 5 rounds, probably 2 to. I mean, I don't know what their draft picks are, but probably in rounds 2 through 4, they'll get a wide receiver that they like that has good value. I don't see them taking a cornerback in the first round either. They have their cornerbacks are serviceable. I think that's probably going to be something that they're going to address later. Just giving to where they're probably going to be picking in the draft, probably going to be middle-ish range. I think they're going to go defensive line or linebacker because they have big needs on the defense there as well. And I think that the draft is a little bit deeper on the cornerbacks this draft. So I don't think they're going to use it in the first. I mean, if like the best cornerback drops to them at pick 20 or wherever they're picking, obviously they're going to take them. But if everything goes as planned, I think they're going defensive line or linebacker.
Okay, I agree.
And in the draft or the draft pick trading out of the first round, I don't think they're going to do that.
No. Yeah, I can see him going. I could see him going corner at first pick. I know that they have had, I'm not well versed in the ins and outs of the Eagles roster, but I do know that I've heard the Eagles fans crying from the rooftops about their secondary problems. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went cornerback in the first. But yes, they do desperately need a wide receiver. But it's easier to find wide receiver help in the free agency.
Yeah. Wide receivers seem to be deeper as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can pick one of those up in the third round, and you know they could be a very good.
Yeah, but usually it takes a year or two for a wide receiver, a rookie wide receiver, to become a usable fantasy or usable piece in the offense. Usable fantasy option also, but you can usually pick up on the later stages of free agency, pretty usable wide receiver options that are out there and available. So you don't have to go get a number one, world beater like a Odell Beckham Jr., for instance, that did not end up working out. Although I could see that being a landing place for Odell Beckham Jr. if he does get traded.
Mm-hmm. I think that'd actually be a good spot for him.
Yeah, I would do
too. The thing that I have to mention is teams that take the best available player are the great franchises in the league. The teams that stretch for people or go and try to get the flashy pickup very, very rarely work out. I think the Eagles are a solid organization, so that's why I don't think that they're going to get the flashy cornerback that everyone's begging for or the wide receiver. I think they're going to take the best player available, and at their spot, I think that's a defensive lineman or a linebacker, and then they're going to address the other needs a little bit later or through free agency or trades or whatever they do.
Okay. All right, and our second and our last question. We only have two tonight.
Two questions.
Yeah. And people, if you guys want to be a part of next week's question and answers, you can do that.
Yep.
By getting on Twitter at Gromance Pod.
Yeah.
Gromance Pod.
Gromance Pod.
On Twitter or on Instagram at Gromance Podcast. Or even on email. On email, through email, by email, via email.
I like it.
Via email. Gromanspodcast at gmail.com.
I like how we struggle.
Well, there's all of these things. It's hard to keep track of them all. But yes, you can email us there, and we will check that and then use that on our podcast. That's how email works.
Yep. Yeah.
So
let us know.
Yep, we want to know.
Questions, concerns, whiskeys, or anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So do it. Don't be a loser, just do it.
Yep.
That's our new slogan. Just do it.
Just do it?
Yeah.
I think that might be it's ringing a bell. Somebody has that.
You think it might be taken?
Might be.
Okay.
Like not ringing a bell what it is, but
no. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll keep brainstorming.
Maybe shoes, maybe hats,
maybe sweatshirts. Yeah, we'll keep brainstorming and see what we come up with.
Yep.
So let's see. The next question comes from Wild West at W Vetrano. And his question is, who are your favorite NFL commentators, past or present? I could listen to Tony Romo every football game, and I loved when Gruden was on Monday Night Football.
Gruden was pretty awesome when he was on Monday Night Football. Yeah. Tony Romo is good. Mm-hmm. He has a good insight in the game that you don't get with normal commentators. Mm-hmm. But my favorite, the classic, can't be beaten, John Madden and Al Michaels. Like that's just an unstoppable duo right there of commentating.
They were good.
Al Michaels was awesome. John Madden would go off with his good old yellow lines drawn everywhere. Yeah. And just
stating the obvious left and right.
Just having a great play. You got like a 20-yard catch down the field, and John Madden would just be like, "Oh, that was a great 20-yard catch." Mm-hmm. You're like, "Thank you, John Madden. We all just watched." Yeah, but it was awesome. He was great. Loved the arrows and Al Michaels and them just worked off so good. I really wish they would bring like John Madden back for like one game. I know he's retired, dead. But just bring him back. One Super Bowl, have him come in for like a halftime thing or like commentate one quarter. Yeah. Something
I
cool.
mean, I think he is like literally like knocking on death's door. So
He's
he's
is
old.
having some health problems and is a little bit older. Yes.
Yes,
But
that's a nice way of saying it.
yeah.
Yep.
Not knocking at death's door.
Yeah, not saying. Well, I'm pretty sure he's close to being dead.
I will say one other entertaining thing. They had Snoop Dogg on one as a commentator once.
That seems like
And he was on there for like 5-10 minutes, and he was pretty entertaining.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what was not good? Dennis Leary? Dennis who?
Booger?
No,
Ugh.
Booger was awful.
He's still real bad.
Yeah, he is.
Like so bad. Put him back in the cart.
Who am I thinking of that was the...
Jason Witten?
No, is it Dennis Leary? It's not Dennis Leary.
I don't know who you're talking about.
People at home are listening to this and they know who I'm talking about. He was from SNL. He was a comedian that came on. Dennis was in the name.
I don't know.
Jeez,
I don't know who you're talking
all right,
about
I can't
here.
think of the name of it. I'll look it up after. But yeah, he was bad. But yeah, my favorite, and then the thing that you mentioned, you had Romo, you had Gruden, you had Madden. The thing about all of them was they were really enthusiastic about football. They love the game of football, and it's so easy to listen to somebody when they love football to talk about football.
Yep.
Because it just comes natural. It's not like, like last year with Witten and with Booger and Tessitore, it was just so forced with them. They didn't have any kind of chemistry, and I'm not doubting whether or not they love football or not, but it just didn't come across. They weren't naturals at it, whereas those guys are. But I think my favorite guy to listen to my favorite play-by-play guy anyway was Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Mike Tirico was good.
Mike Tirico, I think, was with John Gruden in the Monday Night Football booth when it was Gruden and Tirico. And Mike Tirico is a great play-by-play guy, and he bounced off of Gruden really nicely. I think that's why that combination worked really well, because Gruden has a lot of great insights, about being a grinder and all of his crazy nonsense.
And a football player.
Yeah, that guy right there, he's a football player. So yeah, Gruden was a lot of fun. Kind of an idiot, also like that was the one thing that I was always thinking when I was watching Gruden was like he was like the next like John Madden who would just state the obvious, and say these off the wall things. It was fun and entertaining to watch, but also at the same time you're like, man, Gruden, you're such an idiot,
But entertaining idiot.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, I would say that Tirico and Gruden were probably my favorite one too.
What is the current NBC cast? Isn't that Troy Aikman and...
No, it's Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
No, they're
Chris
great.
Collinsworth,
They're
Al Michaels. I also don't mind... Who is Troy Aikman with?
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck?
Yep.
I don't actually mind those.
I don't either.
I know Joe Buck is famous
He's gotten
for
crapped on a little
being
bit.
not exciting.
Yep.
The famous one with the helmet catch with the Giants was like, and he catches it against his helmet for 36 yards.
You can't win on everyone.
You can't win on anyone, but I think they're good as well.
Yeah, I think they're good. I mean, and I think that was at the beginning of Joe Buck's career, calling games. Also, the helmet catch or whatever the big one was that he super monotone.
It was the helmet catch.
But yeah, I think Buck and Aikman is a good team. But yeah, Collinsworth and Michaels is going to be one of those ones when it's gone. I'm going to really miss it.
Yeah, I think Al Michaels is probably the last legend that we have right now. Like John Madden was a legend when he was there, and Al Michaels is a legend now that he's there. Yeah. And I don't think anybody else stands up to them yet.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get to Al Michaels' level of. I think Jim Nance.
Jim Nance is getting there.
Yeah, I think Jim Nance has the ability to ascend to that level. He calls with Romo, and I could definitely see Romo and Nance taking over that Sunday Night Football role. Couldn't you?
Yeah,
I could see that.
I hope not, but yeah.
Why?
I like Romo, but I don't know. He's kind of bland. Like I think he'd be a great third person.
Yeah.
Like if he had two great like play-by-play guys that could work off each other, and then Romo could like interject with his because he's very good at the football stuff. He's like, ooh, this is they're lined up this way. They have two wide receivers over here. Look for this play.
Right.
And a lot of times he's right, and that's awesome. But for just a play-by-play guy, he's just okay. That's why I think if you had two stars and then him also, like you had a 3-man commentating team, that would be awesome.
Yeah. It's a hard dynamic though to get three guys down doing that.
It is.
You got the play-by-play guy, and then you got the color guy, and it's
Yep.
like, you know, kind of leaves.
But I don't think Romo's a good enough color guy.
No, he's not. Well, see, the problem that I kind of think is the issue with Romo is I think he gets bored easily or disinterested easily. Where if it's not like a really good game or something, I feel like, you know, he's just kind of like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's you know, like I just kind of feel like he trails off a little bit in his commentary.
I think he gets too interested in the game sometimes and watching them and seeing what they're doing.
Yes,
that he doesn't play
game.
off his co-host, so to speak.
Yeah.
And he's just like purely on the game, and then he like throws in like, you know, the good stuff that he knows about football, and he can tell you like what's going to happen or the plays or what the coaches are thinking, and he doesn't play off his co-host enough. He's just kind of in his own little world. Like, this is going to be an out route 10 yards down the field to this guy over here. Yep. And the co-host is just like, all right, that has nothing to do with what I just said, but all right.
Yeah. You know, I think that if anything, this shows, you know, there's a lot to calling an NFL game for television. You know, you don't want to be talking too much like your friggin' Booger McFarland, who never shuts up ever, no matter what. And you know, you don't want to be silent either. It's a hard balance to strike. You just have to have good chemistry with the person that you're with, though. And that's ultimately why I'm suggesting that me and you, Hattie, probably should be considered for the Monday or Sunday Night Football.
Oh, we could call games for sure.
I think so.
We'd be excited.
I think so.
We'd at least be exciting.
I can definitely
and get excited.
I got. There's a lot of times where I predict what's going to happen ahead of time.
Yeah,
I'm like 4th and 17. I think we're going to have a punt coming up here, guys. You know, things like that.
Our first game would be like the Bengals versus the Redskins. It'd be like, oh god,
oh, man.
And that wide receiver over there caught the ball. Who knows who that is?
yeah. Me and you don't exactly. We're not exactly known for our insane amounts of preparation for you know, talking about sports. So.
We have to have printouts with all the numbers and names.
That would be nice.
Be like, oh, number 39,
which is
Rich McDaniels. Hey, he's a great guy.
Richie McDaniels.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah. So yeah, that's what we got. I got Tirico, and who do you got?
John Madden. Al Michaels.
Al Michaels.
Greatest of all time, right there.
All right.
They need to bring back the yellow drawing on the TV screen.
More. Yeah.
Do they do it? They don't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, they do
never
it.
see it that often.
Yeah, they do it.
They do it all the time.
They used to do it a lot more. That was a new technology back in the day.
It was. They need to bring that back.
They were like, look at what we can do now, guys. We're in the future.
Now they can just draw gray lines for the down markers on the field. It's real distracting.
That's actually an incredible thing that they are able to do that. You know that somebody won some like crazy award for that, the ability to put the yellow markers on the field for the first down marker.
Well, I meant like the gray ones that they had in the Giants-Packer game that people were saying were distracting.
I didn't
They put gray markers for every 5 yards in the out of bounds.
Oh, you couldn't see
the like the 40-yard, the 30, like the actual yard markers. So they're just like grayed out spots on the screen.
Well, it's better than not be able to see yard markers at all.
It was distracting because the gray was like over the players when they went through it. Yeah. Like it was permanently there, and the players like went through the gray.
Gotcha.
Lines and numbers.
Well, I don't know about any of that. I just know that the yellow first down marker that they have, like the technology that they used for that was.
I do like the yellow first down marker.
Yeah, well, that's completely. I mean, it's part of watching football now. I couldn't imagine watching football without it because it's like. Well, first of all, I don't know how the players play as good as they do at getting that first down marker without having that yellow line there. Well, when I'm watching TV, I'm sitting there. I'm like, he's reaching out for that yellow line
because they know where it is.
I guess so.
Like before the play, they're like the 39-yard line is the first down.
I know.
So and they run routes, you know, to try to get there. Obviously,
yeah.
And they know they're looking at the sideline. They're reaching for it.
Yeah, but
they can see the refs on the sideline as well. Holding
just gotta
up
get that yellow line there in real life.
Not pylons, whatever those things are called.
The first down marker.
Yeah, but what's the actual thing called?
I don't know. First down marker?
All right.
I think that's what it's called. I've never heard it called anything else.
I thought they were actually called something. They probably are, but we don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm sure that is called something. But I have first down marker.
Yeah, it sounds good. I like it. We'll stick with that.
You seem like you're less than satisfied with that being called the first
down. I'm not 100% satisfied, but okay. I'll take it.
That's what she said.
I'm 85% satisfied.
Alrighty. So thanks for tuning in to the Bromance podcast this week. And do please follow us on Twitter at GrownMansPod. Let us know that you like the show or you hate the show. You can let us know that we're dirty, rotten scoundrels that you despise listening to, but you just keep coming back every week for the great football content. Or maybe you hate the football content, but you like the back and forth, and we want to know that too.
And you like the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much as we do, because we're actually drinking it. Do.
But I will say.
Yeah.
Rate us 5 stars on any platform that you're on. Yeah, just go out there, rate us. Give us a nice review. No 1-star reviews. We had one 1-star review from a guy from a guy you made mad on Twitter.
Well, listen.
Why you gotta make people mad?
Because I say things that I think, and people don't always like it. But I will say this: if you're listening to the podcast right now, if you I don't know any other podcast apps, but if you're on Apple, all you gotta do is just go to the place where you click on the download or the podcast to listen to it, and just scroll up. So if you're on our podcast page on Apple Podcasts, just scroll up.
And you can rate and review us.
Yeah.
I think they make it real easy on any platform that you...
most of them don't have rating and reviewing abilities.
I don't know if that's true.
It is. I've downloaded a bunch of them to see if we have ratings on them.
I think the main ones do. Like Spotify.
Spotify does not.
Spotify does not.
No.
Or at least Apple and Google do.
Google probably does, yes. Apple does, but yeah, Spotify does not. Stitcher, I don't think, does.
Really? I'm kind of shocked by that.
I don't think SoundCloud. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
So that's why I'm always pushing Apple, because I know that Apple for sure does. So you should, if you're listening on Apple,
I think most people are probably listening on their phones.
Yeah.
Through Apple.
Although somebody
Google.
listens on their watch, because I saw on the analytics thing there, that it tells you like where people are downloading from, and one of them is Watch iOS. So in like quite a few downloads from like not just like once or twice.
Is that the Apple Watch or like
Apple Watch? Yeah, Watch iOS.
I wonder why they break that out.
I don't know.
Well, I guess it is a different operating system.
I guess so.
You can probably rate it on there. It's all Apple's system.
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
So Apple Watch listener, go ahead and rate us 5 stars.
Apple Watch listener, you also have an Apple phone, so just do it on your phone. Probably easier.
Maybe they listen to it while they're working out or jogging or something.
I guess so.
We're probably calming.
Or maybe stimulating their
brains. They can get an extra half mile in if they're running, or an extra rep of working out.
If that's the case, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Let us know that so we can talk to you and encourage you. Keep running, buddy. Whoever it is.
Do that extra rep.
Yeah, maybe it's Jeff. He runs.
You can do another pound Jeff on runs. That rep. He does.
Maybe it's him.
Maybe. Who knows?
Jeff, if it's you, let us know, you old dirtbag.
Well, that concludes it, though.
Yeah. So stay manly.
Yep.
And rate and review.